Hi, hello. Today I wanted to talk about Suricata and XDP. So in Suricata, there is a feature called XDP bypass. So like when you have a, a, a packet flow or a collection flow that you want Suricata to bypass the detection engine, and so basically just redirect the packet from one network interface to another network interface. For example, I use a diagram here from the Suricata website. So this way you run Suricata in a IPS mode, inline mode. So from network A to network B, for example, if there is a collection between network A and network B with a big payload, and you don't want the Suricata to spend the time to scan the packet flow, and you want the Suricata to bypass the collection flow, so then Suricata can use the XDP bypass technology or feature to do that. So here is a configuration I can show you here. So in this way, Suricata runs in a AF packet running mode, and it has two network interface. And so for the XDP, in the XDP mode, we use the driver since my network support XDP driver natively. And so this is the XDP eBPF XDP program to do the actual bypass. And so I'm going to demo that. And so this is the bypass setting. You set it to yes, and this is the bypass setting. Set it to yes. And also for the cluster type for IPS XDP, use the cluster QM type. Okay, and yeah. So also, what the documentation, the website here, the Suricata documentation here for bypass feature, it has this guide on how to set it up, right? It has bypass, yes. Okay, so it's quite a simple configuration, but I think there is the one thing missing here is when I tested, I found it's not working properly. Then later I found you also needed to enable this stream. Like here, Suricata configuration, it has a stream setting, and here you also needed to enable the bypass feature, set it to true. And also you needed to set up the depths, the packet depths size. Say for the collection, if the packet size is up to 1K bytes, then the collection flow can be bypassed. That's the setting here I found to be working. And yeah, so let's do a demo here. So this is my client, say from network A to send a request to network B. And let's run a TCP dump here, so we can show the evidence that the packet flow, the packet is bypassed after a certain amount of traffic. Okay, So right now, okay, let me make sure it's running. It has the correct configuration running. All right. So let's start the Suricata. So this is how you start it up. So I use the IPS Suricata configuration file we just saw, and let's start it up. Okay, so now it's started. And now let's run a TCP down on one of the interface. And now let's send a request. So we got all the web HTTP response. And so this is the TCP down we have here. Just pay attention. So the client send the same, the server send the same ACK, and the client send the ACK. The collection is established, and the client send a GET request to get a web content. And see here, TCP down, we only see a client send the ACK to server port 80 to ACK the packet client received, right? On this TCP down, we do not see server, the actual content, web content sent by the server. So there is no port 80 to the client in the TCP down to show the web content. So this is in the XDP bypass mode. Now let's disable the bypass mode. Let's disable the bypass mode. Okay, here. Comment it out. And also in AF packet, we wanted to disable the bypass. Also, for another network interface, we also need to disable the bypass. Okay? So let's start the Suricata again. All right. So now we have the TCP down run on the same network interface, and let's send the request again. So we got all the response here, and now we have a new TCP down, and you notice the difference. This TCP down has way more traffic load, and so the same thing, client send the same server same ACK, client ACK, client send a GET request, server ACK, and then server started to send the payload to web content to the client. And here we actually see the web content length for each segment, right? Previously, we do not see this in the TCP down, right? So this proves that the previous bypass feature works, and so the reason is when bypass feature is on, you do not see the web content from the server. It's because the XDP accelerated the packet when its bypass is on. XDP see those packet payload. It just directly forward the payload to the packet to the peer network interface at the XDP layer, and the XDP, the driver, just forward the web content. So because the TCP down works, stack layer is after XDP, so that's why you cannot see the server send a request to the client, send the content to the client, right? So yeah, that's a quick demo to show how XDP enables Suricata to accelerate the bypass. right? So yeah, later I'm going to add the XDP DDoS feature to, I plan to upstream the XDP DDoS feature to the Suricata. And this is just me started to test the upstream code and test if it works. And later I can add the XDP DDoS feature to Suricata. Yeah, thanks for watching.